So Sony just announced the PlayStation 5 Pro yesterday, and I didn't feel like talking about this at all or making a video on it until they got to the end of the presentation and decided to drop that absolutely insane price tag. That's right, $700 not for the next generation of PlayStation, but instead for something that's supposed to be a worthy upgrade to the PS5. Okay, but what are the main differences between the PS5 Pro and the regular PS5? Maybe there's gonna be enough differences to make it worth it, right? I am going to now list the differences between the regular PS5 and the PS5 Pro. You can play The Last of Us Part 2 using the 4K fidelity mode in 60 FPS. That's all that there is to this console, and I genuinely wish I was joking. Okay, to be fair, let me actually explain the upgrades done here. The main difference between the Pro and the regular PS5 is that they made the GPU bigger to allow for better and more efficient ray tracing, utilizing better memory speeds for the GPU and their new super sampling process called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short. It's basically their own version of Nvidia's DLSS or AMD's FSR on gaming PCs, where your GPU utilizes artificial intelligence to upscale your game's resolution without cooking your frame rate, which in this case allows the PS5 Pro to run games at its highest graphical settings without having to lock the frame rate to 30 FPS. And yeah, it's impressive technology, but what is the need for this? The PS5 can already run all these graphic-heavy games at 60 FPS by just choosing performance mode over fidelity when opening a game up for the first time. Picking fidelity will lock the game to 30 FPS while maxing out the graphics, while performance will keep the game running at a smooth and consistent 60 FPS while lowering some of the graphics. Me personally, I always picked performance mode over fidelity because to me, gameplay smoothness is more important than seeing more rendered grass on the ground. Which brings us back to this outrageous price tag. $700 for an upgraded console that barely does anything different from the original. In fact, it's a downgrade because it doesn't even come with a disk drive. It's so crazy I have to say it again, you're paying $700 and you can't even put your game discs in without forking over an extra $80 to add the disk drive attachment. Which means that if you want the real and complete PS5 Pro, it would cost nearly $800 US. You can literally buy yourself a pretty good gaming PC for that amount of money instead. Thinking about it, that gives me an idea. Here's things you can buy for under $700 instead of buying a PS5 Pro. A digital PS5 and a Switch Lite with a full year of Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. A digital PS5 with 2 TB of storage, an extra controller and a controller charging station, 2 Nintendo Switch OLEDs, a 1 TB Steam Deck OLED, an ROG Ally X, a gaming laptop, 2 55-inch 4K TVs, 103,000 V-Bucks in Fortnite, 23 copies of Minecraft, a base iPhone 14, 45 4K UHD Blu-ray copies of Venom Let There Be Carnage, 2 electric scooters, an Oculus Quest 3, 7 years of Discord Nitro, over 2 years of Amazon Prime, 700 cans of Arizona iced tea, and 1 PS5 with 5 copies of Concord. Alright, I think that's enough said. I think this situation with the PS5 Pro is early signs of a huge problem I have with the gaming hardware scene, and what I mean by that is that we're reaching the point of nothing else to improve, graphically at least. Sony really tried to show off the graphical difference between the PS5 Pro and the regular PS5, and it straight up just looked the exact same unless you zoomed into the video, and this is exactly what I've been trying to say. This 9th generation of gaming has proved to be the most advanced and impressive generation yet, with these console manufacturers and developers striving to make the most realistic graphics possible. But this already looks realistic enough. There's not really anywhere you can go from here. Sure, we can perfect it with minor updates like what the PS5 Pro is doing here, but for me, honestly, I think I'm satisfied after the PS5. There's nothing else I would change about how my PS5 performs, and the games I've played on it have given me some of the best eye candy I've ever seen on a game console. If anything, the PS5 Pro's announcement just makes me more excited for what Nintendo is cooking with the Switch 2. Nintendo's hardware may always be behind in graphics and performance, but they always make sure to deliver with amazing games and experiences unlike any other. And I think the worst part of all of it is that you'll probably be able to buy 2 Switch 2s for the price of 1 PS5 Pro. Thank you for watching. I didn't think I was gonna upload again so early, but this was such an interesting announcement and topic to me, so I just had to throw my 2 cents into the ring. I'm very interested to see where this goes and what it's gonna do for the future of PlayStation, and I'm very excited for the Switch 2 as it's definitely gonna blow everyone else out of the park. That's pretty much it for the video. Also, I'm streaming on Twitch now, playing games and chilling with the people in chat. I might start some playthroughs on there soon as well, so check it out. Also, if you haven't watched my last video on Astro's Playroom, go watch it. I think it's a pretty fun one. Anyways, have a good one and buy yourself 700 cans of Arizona iced tea.